Hey guys, how's it going? I hope everyone is doing well whenever you tune in and see this. So, this is going to be a general reading for fire sign Leo and for earth sign Virgo. And so, I will be putting in timestamps after the live is done for some people who just want one or the other, all that good stuff. So, sorry for the delay, but we're still on time since this is a general reading for both signs for December 1st through the 29th. And what does a general reading mean for those who are new? It can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, money, etc. And both of the readings are timeless. So for some people, that means that it could resonate before or after the original time frame of December 1st through the 29th. Okay, so always keep that in mind. Also, since it is a general reading for multiple people, as we go through the reading, you may find that it's about you or someone you're dealing with or multiple people, or it can be about your general environment situation. But if not, I always encourage everyone, if they haven't already, to find out what their other placements are. For instance, what's your sun, moon, and rising signs? Because depending on what's going on in your life, you may resonate more with your moon sign or your sun sign or your rising sign. Okay, and there's always so much more to find out about your individual birth chart. So Cafe Astrology or Astrology Cafe, I think it's cafeastrology.com is a good website that does free birth charts, even if you don't have your exact birth time. All right, but yeah, let's go ahead and get started here, dear Leo. I've pulled all of your cards ahead of time. So we're going to go ahead and do a quick sound bell and then get into your reading here, Leo. All right, so for those of you, that are new, again, welcome. For those of you returning, welcome back. Everyone is welcome, right? So it will be loud just for a few moments here, but if you want to, you can take a deep breath in and out, right, whenever, or just kind of zone in and listen to the sound bell to get into the vibes and get clear messages from spirit. All right, so here we go, Leo. Alrighty. All right, Leo. Let's see what we have here for you. And thank you for your patience too. If you've been waiting for this reading, it's all divine timing, but here we are now, right? Okay, so we are going to be talking about this 4-week time period, right? So essentially, let me turn this down, from December 1st through December 29th. I just picked the 29th. I don't know why, but basically it goes till, let's say, December 31st, because there are 31 days in December, of course. Okay. But it's just a general time frame. So for some people, it could even resonate into, let's say, the first week of January, vice versa, more in the past, more in the future. It's different for everyone. So it's just kind of putting that out there, right? But so for the new people or the people who haven't been back in a while, we're going to talk about each 4 of these cards on the top, and that each one of those is going to correspond to about a week's time frame or so, right? And then we'll also talk about what's underneath these cards as far as what's on the top and the bottom of each tarot deck. I'm using 2 different tarot decks. And at the very end, we also have an oracle card for you as well. I'm going to see if I can move this a little bit over. I wanted to have water on my table, right? Because water is a conduit. So to get, better messages. So I don't know if you can see the cards a little bit better. Yeah, it looks a little better. But I will be bringing them up to you. And of course, always as well, I take a photo. I already took one before I turned on the camera that I will be posting after the live is done in case some of you guys want to see all the cards together in one place. I will be uploading that to my Facebook after this live is done. So all you have to do is click in the description box below after if you want to take a look at the photo. All right, but let's go ahead and call out your cards here, dear Leo. Okay, so we have the Prince of Sacred Circles, also known as Prince of Pentacles, in the reverse position. We have the Seven of Staves, or also known as Seven of Wands, in the right side up position. We have the King of Sacred Circles, or the King of Pentacles, in the right side up position. And then we have the Empress in the reverse position here. Okay, and then we'll go over the other cards when we get there, because Spirit always has a different place about where they want those cards to be discussed. Okay. So again, when we're on each card, I'll kind of mention the general time frame it might occur. Okay, so for the first one, we said it could be from around December 1st through December 7th. The second card, second week, could be from around December 8th through December 15th. The third card could be from around December 16th through the 23rd. And the fourth card can be from around December 24th through December 29th. And when we're on each one, I'll bring up those dates again, okay? But yeah, let's see what we have here for you, Leo. Right off the bat, as far as the other zodiac energies that are showing up in your reading, as far as the major arcana, we have Libra energy, and we have Pisces. Okay, you have basically only two major arcanas, which is not necessarily good or bad. We're just calling it out, right? Now, what does that mean? So it could mean that you're dealing with a Libra, or you're dealing with a Pisces, or you have a lot of that in your chart, or the other person does, or it could be referencing the Pisces season or the Libra season of this year, of last year, of next year, right? It could be lots of different things. It could be talking about certain parts of your chart, your birth chart, that need to be activated or looked at. So it could be lots of different things, but we just kind of mention it as it comes out. But yeah, let's see what else we have here. As far as your minor arcana, dear Leo, pretty sure it's Pentacles, but let me double check. So you've got 3 Pentacles, 4 Pentacles, okay? We've got 1 Cup, 1 Sword, and 1 Wand. Okay, so with 4 Pentacles, obviously that is the majority of the minor arcana. So what does that mean? It can be an underlining theme to this reading as well. So when we talk about Pentacles, or Sacred Circles, as it's called in one of these other decks, it's talking about our values. Am I being valued enough? Is the other person? Is the environment? Vice versa. Of course, we can be talking about money, coins, pentacles, wealth. So that's something to kind of consider in the background. But let's go ahead and get into the main gist of your reading here, Leo. So again, we're starting with this first card, which I said could be from around December 1st through December 7th. And we have the Prince of Sacred Circles, or also known as Prince of Pentacles, in the reverse position, okay? So this can be a little bit of an energetic blockage, or gentle reminder, or challenge, as I like to call it. All right, it could be that there's some type of communication blockage in that first week of December here, Leo. And it could be that you yourself, Leo, again, someone you're dealing with, multiple people, general environment situation, is having a hard time communicating. So normally that Prince of Sacred Circles, when it's right side up, you would see a kind of young Native American man with the peace pipe, right? So he's wanting to find common ground and sit down and smoke with someone, okay? Peace pipe, they're trying to find peace, right? Communication, but it's in the reverse position. So it could be that there is something going on here, Leo, that is triggering something from the past. And I say that because this is where Spirit wants me to talk to you about what's in the top of the bottom of this deck, along with that first week and that first card, okay? So when I also, before we get there, I want to say that there could be some type of medium-sized opportunity or communication that's having trouble coming through or being understood or well received, or it straight up just doesn't happen, right, with that energetic blockage of the Prince of Sacred Circles in the reverse position. But let's go ahead and look what's underneath it, okay? So what we have is the moon was in the right side up position on the top of your deck, and we have the three of sacred circles or three of pentacles on the right side up in the right side up position on the bottom of your deck. Now, when we're looking at these two cards, this is past energy that made it possible for, again, your first card, the Prince of Sacred Circles, to show up in the reverse position. Okay, so it looks like here, Leo, that in the past, in some way, there was something that wasn't being seen clearly. Okay, when we have that moon card show up, it's like someone is still trying to find the wisdom around a situation. Okay, and like I said, it could be that when we're talking about this present current moment, right, of that first week of December, it could be triggering something that goes back to that. It could be the same situation, or it could be so similar that it triggers someone or some energy, okay? But I usually like to talk about the moon card like a coat rack. You're sleeping over at someone's house and all the lights are off, and you get up to get a drink of water, and you see the coat rack, but you can't really see well. And you're like, is that my friend? Is that a person? Is that a burglar? Is someone going to jump me? Is it a monster? What the hell is that? Right? So that's the moon card when it's right side up. So you're not getting all the information. Then when you turn on the light, which could be like the sun, when the sun comes out, you see more details and things. So there could be some details that are still hidden in the past that's coming back and triggering you or triggering the other person, general environment, situation, when it's underneath that card. Now, when we pair it with that three of sacred circles or three of pentacles, it's like, even though not all the information was there, there was still some kind of wisdom that was being sought after. Somebody was still able to work on their abundance, right? Work on their money, their wealth, their coins, their pentacles, or three of sacred circles. Somebody was still able to work on their values in some way. Okay, so it's not 8 of pentacles or 9 of pentacles or even 10 of pentacles, which is the highest number in tarot. It's 3, but it's also not 2, right? So it's slowly moving upwards in this past energy. Now, it looks like, though, when you also put that card with the moon card energy, somebody is calling to, let me come closer so you can see it if you're new or just haven't been back in a while, right? We have that bear at the top of the card and then the eagle symbol, okay? It's also in the drums in the bottom. All right, so they're looking for some type of advice or guidance as far as, how can I see things from a larger perspective like a bird? How can I hibernate my energy, my wealth, my love, etc., like the bear during the winter time, okay? So basically, when you put all that together here, Leo, it just looks like, this energetic blockage, which perhaps for some will maybe only be about a week's time frame or so, right? And it could be the other person, that's not necessarily you or the environment that you're in generally. But yeah, it feels more triggering than anything, okay? So again, maybe there's something about asking for guidance from the bird, the eagle, the bear, okay, to how to bring more wisdom around that information so we can open up the communication, so we can have the peace talk, so we can have the medium-sized opportunity or message come through, okay? But not to worry, because when we get to your second week here, Leo, we've got some really nice energy with the 7 of staves or 7 of wands in the right side up position. So now we're going from like a complete halted energy, no movement, to now movement. Excuse me. And speaking of that, I'm trying to get some music here. That's weird music, but all right. That's just background noise for the dogs anyway. All right, but let's see this transition, right? So we go from your first card over here to now your second card, that's 7 of staves or 7 of wands in the right side up position. So now there's an energy of not only movement, okay, forward momentum and progress, but somebody or some energy is more open to receiving guidance, right? This person's hands, if you can see in the card, are open. They're praying to these Egyptian gods, right? But if you see even their shadow, both of their palms are open, ready to receive. Like, okay, whether you're praying to Egyptian gods or Greek gods or no gods, whatever, right? It's like just the gesture and the energetic opening of being like, what else is going to help me move forward? So, this energy, this Seven of Staves or Seven of Wands, can also talk about spiritual initiations for some, just being open to, again, receiving guidance and help in some way. Also, when we talk about staves or wands, we can be talking about our physical body or health. So if there was not great health as far as one particular person in the past, when the Seven of Staves shows up here, it could be saying that the health is now increasing and getting better. So that's always good to know too, if that's something that you're interested in, right? But not necessarily everybody is here for that. Okay. But yeah, let's keep going. It looks like here, Leo, as far as your overall view of your reading, the second and the third week look like the best here for you. So the second week of December and the third week of December look like really a nice energy here for you. And I say that because we go from the Seven of Staves or Seven of Wands to now the King of Pentacles, the King of Sacred Circles. Okay. So now when we get to this third week, which I said could be from around December 16th through the 23rd or so, now we have a communication perhaps coming in, or now we have some leveling up in some area of our life or multiple areas of your life, because your first card was that Prince reversed and now you have the King. So now there's more of this grown up energy. There's a leveling up in some area of your life, whether it's romantically, you go from living together to now getting married, or from dating everybody to now dating exclusively, whatever, right? Same thing with work, same thing with money or health, okay? It's just some area of their life or your life can be leveling up in multiple areas when you go from that Prince in reverse to now the King right side up, okay? But we also, when we talk about the King of Sacred Circles, and this is a lot of earth energy, I forgot to say that before, when we talk about all the four pentacles that you have in this reading, all the four pentacle cards, it's all earth sign energy. Okay, so we could be talking about Taurus, we could be talking about Virgo, Capricorn, right? But it's more stable, grounded energy. Okay, and we really see that Taurus energy with the King of Sacred Circles in the right side up position. But this card also talks about, in this deck, legacies, right? So we see this older Native American man. He's doing some type of oral tradition. He wants to pass down the stories and the things that he's learned to the younger generation. So it can talk about leadership roles for some, but it doesn't have to. But it's really about wanting to pass something down, whether it's financially or just in a value system. Again, Pentacles values, okay? But it really, again, looks like here, Leo, the second and the third week looks like the best weeks here for you as far as overall for December, okay? But let's keep going. We're not done yet. All right. So interesting here, Leo. Now, when we get to your fourth week, it looks like a little bit of, again, an energetic challenge or gentle reminder, whatever you want to call it here. Okay. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to be you. It can be another person or someone you're dealing with. But we have the Empress in the reverse position. That's the Libra energy. This is kind of interesting. I do know that we have the last Mercury retrograde of the year starts on December 29th, okay? And that would technically be in this fourth week, the fourth card. Some people pick up that energy, the pre-shadow period. Some people pick it up right when it happens. Some people pick it up later, right? But Mercury controls our communications, okay? Because it's weird. It's like, why would you go from the King of Sacred Circles or King of Pentacles to the Empress in reverse? It's like, on one hand, I'm a leader and I'm a king or queen, right? But then on the other hand, I'm a reverse Empress. That's like very interesting, okay? So it could be for some that here, Leo, and when we talk about Leos, right, everyone has Leo in their chart, right? Whether your sun sign Leo, rising sign, moon sign, your Jupiter's in Leo, whatever, right? We all have Leo somewhere. With that Empress in the reverse position, it's almost like, I wouldn't say that all Leos are super confident and like the stage, right? Of course, depending on how much Leo you have in your chart. Okay, it's a generalization, right? But with that Empress in the reverse position, it's almost like somebody's confidence in themselves or another leader in their life is not there anymore. Okay, it could also be for some that when we're talking about the Empress energy, normally she is the businesswoman of the tarot, right? If she's right side up, she's creating things, she's delegating tasks, she's literally pregnant, she's planting seeds for the future, but she's reversed. So maybe there's also a part here, Leo, where somebody's plans are not finalized or ready to even be called a plan, or to, maybe it's like, okay, if you compare it to a woman being pregnant, right? Maybe somebody hasn't done the deed yet or gone to the doctor to get the artificial insemination, whatever, right? They haven't got, the seed hasn't literally been planted yet, okay? So again, that's a metaphor, right? So it's like, okay, where can I fix my plans here as far as being a leader or taking on, again, the energy of the king that came right before, the week before. Let's look what's underneath it, okay, to kind of get even more insight. Again, this would be past energy, the sponsor cards, I like to call them, that's underneath that Empress energy, okay? So again, this is past, so it could be a couple days ago, weeks, months, years, etc., whatever it is for you. But we have two reversals here, but they're good reversals based on the rest of the cards. And yes, not all reversals are bad, right? But we have the Three of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Cups in reverse, okay? So again, past energy that's going along with that Empress card energy in the reverse position. Looks like here in the past, Leo, somebody said, I'm done with pain, hurt, heartache, betrayal. I'm done with being mentally confused or exhausted. Okay, so that's the good part of the Three of Swords in reverse. Then on the other side, someone or something also said, I am going to take my emotions and have it fuel and support my intuition, right? So I would be a queen, right? If she was right side up, she's reversed here. She still is a queen, but it's like, what makes me emotionally fulfilled, satisfied, happy, all those things, okay? Queen of Cups energy, of course, when we're talking about cups, you only have one cups card here, but you do have Pisces over here as their official card, is water sign energy. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, right? But when we put it together underneath this Empress in the reverse position, it's almost like somebody did the work. And when we're talking about the swords, we're talking about air sign energy. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, right? As far as that Three of Swords in reverse, it's still air sign energy, even if it's in reverse. But it's, I'm trying to figure out the way to say this the way I want to. It's almost like somebody's denying their own queenship, kinship, kingship. Someone's denying their own Empress nature. And it's something that maybe they did in the past. Again, being either wasn't fully healed or worked through, or it's triggering something that happened in the past that has nothing to do with what's going on currently, but it just is someone is triggered or some energy is triggered here. It could also be, when we're talking about masculine and feminine energies that we all have inside of us, Again, you go from the King of Sacred Circles, right, that we could say possibly is masculine energy, to the Empress in reverse. Underneath that, the Queen of Cups in reverse. So maybe there's something with the feminine energy here in general too, Leo, that is not being utilized or embraced to help plant the seeds for the future, the planning for the future, delegating tasks to others. Perhaps it has something to do with our creativity, right? The Empress in reverse could also be read as if we're talking about our hobbies or our talents, right? Or even work, depending on what you do for work. There's some type of creative block here as well. Um, but let's keep going because it could be different, read so many different ways. And this is a general reading for lots of Leos, right? So let's keep going and see what else comes out, okay? So now we're getting to your tarot confirmation card. All right, Leo, so this is going to come in here and confirm all four cards, all 4 weeks that we just talked about. All right, so I like to read this confirmation card as a little bit of past and future energy, can go either way. All right, so what you got was the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse position, okay? Somebody, when we look at that with what we just talked about with the Empress in reverse, somebody or something is not evaluating their self properly, or other people are not evaluating them properly, okay? It could be somebody's effort, their work into a relationship, into their actual work and career, into the love, into their health, their money, whatever. It's not being understood and appreciated this way. For some people, it could be, Leo, that you're not looking at yourself honestly here, as far as your effort you're putting into something or the other person is putting into something. But that could really just be if, like, you have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse position and you want to switch it, you want it right side up, you want your effort and your work into something to be recognized by yourself and others. What do you need to do? Perhaps step into your leadership qualities, perhaps step into your divine feminine energy. Perhaps you need more creativity around something, right? Not just saying only feminines are creative. I'm just talking about it as far as energy, because everyone has both divine masculine and divine feminine. All right. But yeah, it looks like also to somebody or some energy here. I don't know why that Three of Swords is in reverse with the Queen of Cups in reverse, because one's a good reversal and one's like kind of iffy, right? It could be for some that they think in order to be a leader or to step into their own confidence and power, that they feel that brings a lot of anxiety, worry, overthinking, heartache, and betrayal. Three of Swords right side up, if it was right side. So for some, it could be stepping into, again, your own power, your confidence or leadership qualities. Somebody maybe was taught in the past or had a situation or multiple situations in the past that said that's what comes with it. Not necessarily, right? You can have anxiety, worry, overthinking, mental exhaustion with anything in life, right? We all have ups and downs. So how do you be a good leader? How do you be your best self? That's different for everyone, right? Your definition of success is different for everyone, but it definitely isn't not planting the seeds, not planning for the future, anticipating the future. That even goes back to the bear in the beginning of the reading in the past energy, right? So how does the bear utilize, how does it utilize? How does it, yeah, okay. How does it prepare for the winter with its food source, with its energy? How do you do that if you're a leader or you're stepping into your own power and your confidence? How do you do those same things? How do you delegate tasks to save your energy? How do you turn over that Seven of Pentacles in reverse to right side up Seven of Pentacles, where you can see, okay, these are all the things that I did. that are done, but these are all the things that still need to be done. How can you do that honestly? How you can evaluate yourself honestly and have others evaluate you honestly. All right. So that's kind of what I'm picking up so far here as far as the tarot. But it's not the end of the world, right? It's just something to think about, right? You always have free will. And this is just the energy we're picking up right now, as of now. Okay. So let's give you your little oracle card real quickly, Leo, before we switch over to Virgo. So you got the Keepers of Earth. It's a really pretty card with this woman with her hands in the prayer formation. There's some animals all around her, but it basically says underneath, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. That's so beautiful. Hopefully you guys can see. If I get too close, it won't be in focus. Okay, but there's little animals underneath it and around it. Looks like an elephant and a jaguar and some eagle wings and even a wolf. Okay, so really beautiful. So that is your oracle message here, dear Leo, for this time period or even beyond. Since you got the eagle twice, maybe there's something there. Maybe it's one of your power animals. So you can always look into what does it mean, on Google or whatever. If one of my power animals is the eagle, you'll get loads of information. What does it mean if one of my power animals is an elephant or a jaguar or a bear, right? You get loads of information. So anyway, that is what I have for you, dear Leo. And again, if you want to see one photo of all these cards, just check after the live is done by going to the description box below and following the little instructions there on how to get the photo if that's something you want to see. So anyway, Leo, let's see what time it is, about 31 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to Virgo. All right, so I'll just make a mental note of kind of like what time it is. So we're going to do a good deep shuffle of all the cards. First, I'm just going to, excuse me, let them charge with the crystals a little bit. And I don't know what happened to my music, but that's all right. We don't necessarily need music. All right. Okay. So again, I hope everyone's doing well and everyone's preparing for, that last month of the year, or calendar year, December, right? Today is technically the 1st. So we're already here. Okay. Let's see here. Throw these in here randomly. And we'll do some deep shuffles in just a moment. I think I got a piece of hair. Yep. All right. That's what happens when you have long hair sometimes. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to my music. Let's try it again. Maybe. There we go. Okay. It's like very light. We just want a little lightness. Okay. All right. So now we're switching over to Virgo. So again, I'll be posting timestamps afterwards, but I'll have two different ones for Virgo. I'll have the one that shows the shuffling like I'm doing now, and then I'll have another one for people who don't have time or don't care about the shuffling. All right. So already called in some of our guides before we got on screen, but we're going to go ahead and tap into that Virgo energy. And actually, before we do that, let's do our sound bell too. I'll just do one shuffle to clear it, and then we'll do more shuffling. But yes, let us not forget the sound bell. All right. Here we go. One more little, just quick shuffle. All right, let's do sound bell, and then we'll do the cards. All right. So again, for people just tuning in, it will be a little loud for just a moment, but hopefully it won't be that long. So you can kind of just tune into the Virgo energy. I'm preparing myself to be a message for spirit to receive those messages and give it to you guys as clearly and easily as possible. All right, so here we go. Virgo. Virgo. That was a good one. I thought so anyway. All right, let's go ahead and get now back into our shuffling. Spirits, guide my hands, messages for Earth sign Virgo for December 1st through the 29th. What does Virgo need to see, need to know for their highest vibration? December 1st through December 29th, Virgo. Messages for Earth sign Virgo. December 1st through the 29th, Virgo. Messages, spirits guide my hands, messages for Earth sign Virgo. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Virgo. All right. Spirits guide my hands, messages for Earth sign Virgo for their highest vibration. For December 1st through the 29th, 4 cards only, please, spirits. Okay. Messages for Earth sign Virgo. 29th December. Messages for Earth sign Virgo. Just, okay, all right. Messages for Earth sign Virgo. Excuse me. For December 1st through the 29th. What do they need to see? All right, let's make sure they want these first, real quickly. Let me confirm. Spirits in the 3 of Cups in the right side of position represent the first tarot card. Spirits with the 7 of Swords in the right side of position represent the second tarot card for this Virgo reading. Spirits, do you want the 8 of Staves in the right side of position represent the third tarot card for this Virgo reading? And spirits, do you want the 8 of Swords in the right side of position represent the fourth tarot card for this Virgo reading? Okay, so then we do the same thing. We're going to take the top and the bottom of this deck. We'll figure out later where exactly Spirit wants those. We'll just put them over here on the side for the moment. And we'll go ahead and switch over to this deck real quickly. All right, Spirits guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Virgo for December 1st through the 29th. Messages for Earth sign Virgo for their highest vibration. December 1st through the 29th. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Oh, all right. So I was going to say Spirits 1 card only, and it already did it. So there you go. We're going to do the same thing. Take the top and the bottom of this deck, and we'll figure out in a moment where exactly they want those cards. And let's do the Oracle cards, and then get started here. All right, Spirits guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Virgo for December 1st through the 29th. Oh, hold on. Stay. 1 card only, please, Spirits. Messages for Earth sign Virgo, December 1st through the 29th. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Messages, 1 card only, please. All right. Spirits, do you want the anagram of Jesus card or this? Yep, okay. They want that. Let's confirm the other ones real quickly. Spirits, do you want the 2 of Wands in the reverse position represent what's on top of this Hermetic tarot deck for this Virgo reading? Okay. And Spirits, do you want the 7 of Wands in the right side up position to represent what's on the bottom of this Hermetic tarot deck for this Virgo reading? Okay. And Spirits, thank you for your advice, wisdom, guidance. Spirits, do you want the Ace of Swords in the reverse position to represent what's on the bottom of this Ancestral Path tarot deck for this Virgo reading? Okay. And Spirits, did you want the 10 of Cups in the reverse position to represent what's on top of this Ancestral Path tarot deck for this Virgo reading? No? Okay, hold on. Spirit, just to confirm, you want 10 of Cups right side up to represent what's on top of this Ancestral Path tarot deck for this Virgo reading. Okay, so that's how they want it. Let's see where exactly they want these real quickly. Maybe like this. Let me double check. 1 second. Okay. Spirits, did you want me to talk about the Two of Wands in the reverse position and the Seven of Wands in the right side up position when I talk about the Eight of Swords in the right side up position? Okay, they want that there. So awesome. And Spirits, did you want the Ten of Cups in the right side up position and the Ace of Swords in the reverse position to be talked about when I talk about the Seven of Swords in the right side up position? No. Oh, okay. Maybe over here. Spirits, you want me to talk about the Ten of Cups in the right side up position and the Ace of Swords in the reverse position when I talk about the Three of Cups in the right side up position? Okay, they said yes, so we'll put it there. And we'll go ahead and just take our picture before I forget, and then we'll get started. Okay. Here we go. All right. Virgo. Let's see what we have here for you. Okay, so for those of you just tuning in, right, this is a general reading for a Virgo. We're now in Virgo. So it can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, money, etc. It can be about you or a person you're dealing with or multiple people you're dealing with, or it can be about your general environment situation. So always keep that in mind. Everyone has Virgo somewhere in their chart, so everyone is welcome to this reading. But yeah, we're going to cover this 4-week time period. It is a timeless reading, so for some it could resonate before or after December 1st through the 29th. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the dates for each one of these cards and call them out and get into the juicy part of the reading. Okay, so Virgo, we have that first card can be energy from around December 1st through the 7th. Second card can be from around December 8th through December 15th. Third card can be from around December 16th through the 23rd. And the fourth card can be from around December 24th through December 29th or so, right? All right, so let's see what we have here for you. We got the Three of Cups in the right side up position. We have the Seven of Swords in the right side up position. We have the Eight of Spades, also known as Eight of Wands, right side up. And we have the Eight of Swords right side up. So interesting, you've got two eights and then, another seven and then 8, 8, 8. So interesting from just a numerology standpoint. Okay. Now we will talk about the other cards, what's on the top and the bottom of these two different tarot decks when we're on those specific cards that Spirit wanted me to tell you about those. So yeah, but let's see what else we have here for you, Virgo. As far as the other zodiac frequencies, you really only have one major arcana, not necessarily good or bad thing, but you do have Aries energy with the Emperor. Okay, so it could be you're dealing with an Aries. You got a lot of Aries in your chart, or the other person does, multiple people. It could be referencing Aries season of last year, of this year, of next year. It could be saying there's something in your birth chart around Aries energy that needs to be looked at. It can mean a lot of different things, but we just want to point it out early in the reading. It's up to you to decipher if that means anything to you or not, okay? And then as far as the minor arcana, I believe it's swords, but let me double check. So actually maybe it's a tie. Hold on. We got 3 swords, 3 wands, 2 cups, and your major arcana. All right, so it is a tie. Okay, so it's a tie between the swords and the wands. What does this mean? It can be an additional underlying theme to your reading. When we talk about swords or wands, or staves as it's called in this deck, it's like both can be either a tool or a weapon, right? So you can use a sword to hunt for fish, or you can use that sword to protect yourself from your enemies, right? You can use a sword to cut back your path, or you use it as a defense mechanism. Same thing with the wand or the clubs, as some people call it, or even staves, right? So you can use it as a tool or a weapon. So we're talking about our defenses, okay, throughout this reading. Am I or is the other person's defenses too high? Or are they too low? Am I a bully? Am I a victim? Or am I just right? So that can be an underlying additional theme, but just kind of put it in the background for you kind of to figure out later. But yeah, let's go ahead and start your reading here, Virgo. And when we're on each one of these main cards in the beginning, I will talk about the possible dates again, because I know I went through it kind of quickly. All right, but let's start off with your first card here. And this card and energy can be picking up stuff from the recent past for some. So that could be a couple of days ago, weeks, months, years, etc. Right? But we have the Three of Cups in the right side up position. Okay, and so this is a really nice supportive energy. That's the way that I feel it here for you. Sometimes Three of Cups or three in general can be third party stuff, but I don't really necessarily feel that here for you, Virgo. I feel it as a more supportive, celebratory energy. Okay, so when we're talking about cups, we drink water right out of cups. We got water over here. So water, our bodies are 90% water. So what makes me emotionally happy and fulfilled, let me celebrate it with other people, right? Or let me support other people, let other people support me. Okay, so I really see that as just in general here, Virgo, your first week of December looks like the best part, maybe the first and the third of the best part of your reading. But that's kind of what I'm seeing at just a quick glance here. But yeah, let's see what's underneath this first card, the Three of Cups in the right side up position. Sorry if I stepped on you, Hermes. That's my dog, one of my dogs. So this is energy further back than the recent past. Okay, it's going to be further back than that. It is past energy, but not, let's say, recent past. Okay, and what we have is the Ten of Cups in the right side of the position, which was on the top of your deck, and the Ace of Swords in the reverse position on the bottom of your deck. Okay, so it looks like here, Virgo, that in the past there was, again, more supportive energies, celebrations, right? There could have been some type of ending, but not necessarily a new beginning when you put it like those two together, okay? So this is the celebrations, this is the ending, this is the supportive energy. But then there's like that new beginning maybe was blocked in the past in some way, or there was still some type of confusion around some type of new beginning in the past in some way. It could also be when we're talking about our innate talents and gifts with any ace, it being in the reverse position, it's not supportive of that, or somebody's not feeling themselves like they normally would, as far as, sorry, let me turn this down. As far as their innate talents and gifts here. But it doesn't, affect the celebrations or the supportive energy, okay? When we talk about, again, the cups or water, it's all about emotion. So if there was a little bit of this past energy here, Virgo, where there was still something mentally confusing as far as some kind of new beginning, it's kind of like a side note, it's there and it's important, right? But it doesn't like block this other happy energy, the celebratory supportive energy. Okay, so that's good to know. Right? But let's keep going, because that's pretty much how I see those two or those three cards. So now we get to your second card, second week, which I said could be from around December 8th through December 15th. And we have the Seven of Swords in the right side up position. Okay, so this can be a little bit of a gentle reminder, energetic blockage or challenge, okay, with that Seven of Swords there in the second week. It's a little bit of defensive energy we were saying in the beginning of the reading too, right? Your underlying theme. Why is he holding seven swords, right? He's at a carnival. You can see the card, okay. And he's won a bunch of swords, but he doesn't need all of them, right? He could share them with some people in the background or sell them or give them away or whatever, right? So why does he feel like he needs all these defense mechanisms just in case? Okay. And then the swords are going down in this photo. So in the tarot, when the swords are pointing downwards, can represent a little bit of lingering anxiety, worry, overthinking. Okay. And because it's like catty corner from that Ace of Swords in the reverse position from the past, right? Excuse me, where we were talking about this past energy of something as far as a new beginning or innate talents and gifts, being a mental confusion around that. It could just be that defensive energy was causing those things. And it could be showing up again here and saying, you can let some of those swords go. You really only need one. Yes, always defend yourself when you need to, right? But you don't always have to be in the fight or flight mode. Okay. So it's like, put some of those swords down and again, put some of the swords down and enjoy the carnival, the celebrations that we talked about in the first week or that supportive energy. And just put some of the other stuff down. That's really how I see it. All right. So let's keep going here, Virgo. Now, when we get to your third week, I would say this is my well, it's my second favorite card as far as in your reading here, what showed up. Okay, so you have the Eight of Staves or Eight of Wands or Eight of Clubs in the right side up position. And that could be from around December 16th through December 23rd. Some type of fast communication is coming in here for you, Virgo. Whether it's a good communication or bad will be different for everybody. But it's startling, it's surprising, right? These wands, these staves come in, they're flying towards the birds, and they're just like, da 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 da, I'm flying around like a little birdie, and then they're like, oh shit, something's coming at me, right? So it's that's like shock value, surprise kind of energy. Okay, it could be that when we're talking about staves or wands or clubs, that for some it can be about our physical body or another person's physical body. So there could be some health news coming in here that's maybe kind of shocking for some, but hopefully it's good news and not bad. But it could also just be fire sign energy when we're talking about the staves or the wands, right? So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right. So if you are a sun sign Virgo, as an example, or just have a lot of Virgo in your chart, you're going to share a lot of things within your birth chart that is Leo energy. The sign before you and the sign after you is your. Okay, so if you're a Virgo, you're going to have Leo qualities and you're going to also have Libra qualities, right? Somewhere in your chart, the sign before and the sign after, as far as if we're talking about sun sign Virgo, okay? So it could also be saying there's something here that needs to be looked at as far as where you have those fire sign energies within your chart. Maybe that can help you around this surprising or shocking communication that comes in. And now it can be communication from another person, or it can be from your spirit guides, guardian angels, or lots of different ways to interpret it. Okay. But I still feel like that card, this third week, third card, and then the end, your tarot confirmation card are like my two favorite here for you, Virgo. Okay. But let's keep going and see what else is showing up here for you. So now we get to your fourth card, fourth week, which we said could be from around December 24th through the 29th, through the 31st, through the January 3rd, whatever it is, right? It's just guidelines. We have the Eight of Swords in the right side up position. And we have, of course, the top and the bottom that's underneath it. But let's talk about the Eight of Swords by itself here, okay? So this is another, sorry, Virgo, but it happens to us all, gentle reminder or challenge, okay? It's like she's aware of it, okay? So this Japanese woman here is aware that she has some anxiety, worry, overthinking. She's fanning herself. She's like, okay, how am I going to deal with this? I know it's here. There's water in the card. That's her emotions. Can be fueling, giving rise to more anxiety, worry, overthinking. So she's trying to calm herself down and be like, okay, how can I think about this logically, right? So we want those swords upwards. They're going down. They're stuck in the ground. So how can we get back more logical thinking? How can we utilize the air sign energy but have it balanced, right? So if you're, again, sun sign Virgo, you got a lot of Virgo in your chart, that's earth energy. When you're talking about swords, which you had three swords and you have 3 wands, so you're tied between fire and air energy in your reading here. Where's the water? You don't have any cups. Well, no, that's not true. You have. Let me take that back. You have 2 cups in the beginning. One's in the future. One's in the past. So I guess you kind of have all elements here. You have water, earth, air, fire. But when we get to this 4th week, though, when I said where is the cups, it feels like there's some piece to your intuition or to the other person's intuition that's missing here, Virgo. Okay? Because even though she's aware, and again, she's fanning herself and the water's right next to her, um, is somebody scared to jump in the water? Does she have to jump over the swords? Knock them over, get them right side up. But doing that, does she have to jump in the water? It's like it just intuitively here for myself feels like, Virgo, that someone perhaps, or some energy, if it's not a person, um, is not quite ready to get deep into the emotions here in some way. But let's kind of go and see what else Spirit wants to say about this, okay? So again, this is past energy, the 2 cards on the bottom, the sponsor card energy that made it possible for this 8 of Swords in the right side up position that showed up here in the present current energies, okay? So what we have is the 2 of Wands in reverse was on the top of your deck, and then we have the 7 of Wands in the right side up position was on the bottom of your deck. Again, past energy, whether it's days, months, years, weeks, etc. Okay. Looks like here with the 2 of Wands in the reverse position, Virgo, there could have been. I like this 2 of Wands reverse here for you in the past. It looks like somebody was ready to start taking action. Okay. They were looking for momentum and speed and progress in some way here in the past, whether it's you yourself, another person, or an energy. Okay. And then when you put that 2 of Wands in reverse with the 7 of Wands right side up, it's like, yes, I'm ready for a spiritual initiation, a spiritual download, a revelation, an understanding. Yes, I'm ready to open. Yes, to open. Yes, I'm ready to receive, and I'm open to receive something. Okay, and again, can be stuff with the health in the past. So maybe if this is going back to some health stuff for some people, it could be that in the past. There was more support regarding health themes. Again, either around you or another person. Or it could be that you're worried maybe that in the future, with it going with that 8 of Swords in the right side up position, that that someone is worried they won't have all the support that they need regarding health themes or challenges or changes within the physical body. Okay. The other thing I just realized here, Virgo, I said it in the beginning too, is that you have 2 8s and then you also have 2 7s. None of them are repeating cards though. So you go from 7 of Swords right side up to 8 of Staves right side up to 8 of Swords right side up. And in the past energy, you also have 7 and then you go to 8. So it's a little back and forth, but I feel like you're still on your path here, Virgo. I feel that even though if you wanted to break it down, both these 7s cards are a little bit more positive for some, because we don't know, technically I shouldn't say that. This 2 7 cards are more positive, but out of your 2 8 cards, one of them could be positive and the other one isn't necessarily as positive, right? So I still feel like you're on your path here. And yeah, with that being said, let's talk about your tarot confirmation card because it's gonna help me say it a little easier and better, hopefully. Okay. So we have your tarot confirmation card comes in here and confirms all four cards, all 4 weeks we just talked about. And you have that Aries energy I mentioned in the beginning of the reading with the Emperor in the right side up position. Now I like to read this card as past and future energy. Okay, so of course it's still up in the air, but it's like, okay, I want to be an emperor, I want to be a king. Okay, Aries energy. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be the first sign of the zodiac. I want to harness the fire sign energy in a positive way or in the high vibrational frequencies of fire sign energy. So when we apply it to this whole reading here, Virgo, I really feel that it is saying, um, step into your power, or the other person needs to, general environment situation. Um, use the fire sign energy in a positive way, right? Higher vibrational frequencies. Because the emperor, he's an older man, right? So as far as the other kings, he can at some point get a little stuck in his ways. But he's still accomplishing goals, but maybe I would say the only thing that, perhaps is needed is to let go a little bit of the stubborn energy, the old energy, the more traditional energy, if you wanted to say it that way. Okay. Um, and it's really cool. I just noticed in this deck, it's a kind of newer deck that I'm using. He's standing on top of an eagle. I think it's an eagle. And there's a little tiny honeybee that's also under his foot. Okay, so the honeybee, let me show you up close, is making me think of the worker bee, right? So it's like, how can I be a king and a leader and in my own power and confident, but also work well with others, work well within my kingdom? How can I work with others here, Virgo? um, to let go of the anxiety, worry, overthinking, or the defensive energy that's still around, right? So, again, still be in my power, still be confident, still know myself, but just soften a little bit of the edges and let the supportive energy help you, okay? Because I think that when you did that in the past, you let more supportive energy in, more celebratory energy, more emotionally supportive energy, that then it kind of stifled possibly a new beginning or your own sense in your talents and gifts. But it doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to happen again. So I would say be brave, try again, Virgo, okay? All right, so that is what we have for you regarding the tarot. But real quickly before you go, we have your little oracle card here. And so for this time period, Virgo, you got Anna, and it says she's the grandmother of Jesus. Okay, so even if you don't vibe with Jesus or Jesus, right? It is just the metaphor. Okay, so it's talking about seeding the light. It's saying laying foundations and the divine plan. When I see this card, I always think of Mother Mary, okay, because the way it's depicted, it kind of looks like Mary to me. And even though I'm not Catholic, even though I was raised Catholic, right, I think of Mary as like the divine feminine energy, supportive energy, grandmother, mother, whatever, right? So she's like, how can I share my light with others? Goes back to the emperor. How can I share my light, my life with others? Okay, but also be myself and be strong in myself, and firm in myself. Okay, so that is what I have here for you, dear Virgo. Please let me know if you got something from this, or let me know how things go for you in the next month or a couple months. If you want, I feel guided. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and download the picture now of all the cards in case you want to see it up more close in detail. Then all you have to do is click in the description box below and follow the instructions there. Basically, it takes you to my website, that takes you to my Facebook, and then I will post it under the reading. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, yes, there are a couple free ways to support the channel here. So if you haven't subscribed yet and you want to, it is free. All you have to do is have the free basic YouTube account. So then when you hit the subscribe button, it just notifies you and sends you messages about when I put out new videos, so you stay informed on the channel here. And another free way to support the channel is, of course, to share the video with others or on your social media, or send it to them. And then the third way to support the channel is to like the video. So if you give it a thumbs up, right, it not only tells me, it tells YouTube's algorithms to share it with others. So I believe in the first couple hours or even days, the more likes it gets, excuse me, so sorry, then, hold on. Then the more views it gets, and then it shares with others. So another great free way to support the channel if you feel guided, but you don't have to, of course. So anyway, enjoy this time period, everyone. And I will be back, not tonight, but hopefully either tomorrow or Saturday for sure, with the last two signs with Libra and Scorpio. Okay, so you're always welcome to tune in there too if you want. All right, so I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.